and icy rain and those wintry nights. Last October, Arthur and I decided to sort out something for our winter evenings. We even took to looking at the notice board. Well, one day, coming off work, Arthur found something. And that started an argument that lasted all winter.
I told Bob I thought I'd have a go at first aid. It sounded like something that might come in useful.
Well, I didn't think much of that. First aid, bandaging, and all that lot. Get out of it.
But look, Bob, just think.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm going to polish up on my dancing. There's one there, look. I might even get myself a girlfriend. Come on, Arthur. Have you ever done the polka? Diddy-dee-dee-dee-dee-da.
Well, I went to first aid.
I could just about see Arthur, too, looking as happy as if he was back in Form 1.
You do feel a bit like that, until you see somebody you know. With me, it was Newby, one of our inspectors. He turned out to be class secretary. Well, he signed me on.
Before you could change your mind.
And he gave me a book that tells you all about how to be a good first aider.
And then you're one of the Honourable Company of Spinsters and Old Age Pensioners.
That's where you're all wrong. Some of those people are younger than I am, and I've never found a matier crowd anywhere. And then I was up to my eyes in it. First lecture, outline of first aid. Structure and functions of the body.
The head bone's connected to the neck bone, and the neck bone's connected to the backbone.
The first aider should be A, observant, that he may note the causes and signs of injury. B, tactful, that he may, without thoughtless questions, learn the symptoms and history of the case. C, resourceful, that he may use to the best advantage whatever is at hand to prevent further damage and to assist nature's efforts to repair the mischief already done. And you're learning to think all the time.
Well, while Arthur was bandaging thumbs, I was wearing out shoe leather. And before I knew where I was caught in steady. No time to think then. I was too wrapped up with other things.
Lay the second blanket on the stretcher with the upper edge about 15 inches below the first. Then open out the folds at the lower end for about 2 feet.
What do you mean for about 2 feet? 2 feet's about all that anybody's got in it.
Well, that's right. But then, when they get them hurt, they have to be carried. And somebody's got to know how to give people instructions. The first aider should be explicit, that he may give clear instructions to the patient.
Oh, I know all about that one. Be explicit, says the girl. So I am. And she takes me up on it. Then I have to get cracking.
Well, even when you're getting married, 2 hours a week can't do you any harm, Bob. I suppose it's a case of discrimination. Suppose a bloke's poisoned himself and you've got to give him a drink. It's no good giving him what he'd like. He's got to be given what he needs.
Yeah, spoil sport.
Well, same thing when you're getting married. First aid, you might think that's the last thing I want. But that might be just the time when you should take it up. You've got to discriminate.
Expect me to tell that to the girlfriend when I've just discriminated a flat? I could hardly find time to go to work. What with painting, distempering, laying lino, putting up shelves. And as for staying behind like you to give a demonstration of artificial respiration to the other blokes...
Do you realise that people have been brought back to life after more than 2 hours artificial respiration?
I think this first aid's so monotonous.
Monotonous be blowed. 1 week it's artificial respiration. The next week it's learning to deal with cases of shock. Blankets, feet up, hot water bottles, smelling salts, tea, and bags of sympathy. You know, it wasn't until the doctor tested us that I realised how important it was to have sympathy.
Sympathy, I'm asking for sympathy. That's the way we went on all through the winter.
Until just after the class dinner. That's when they dish out all the badges and certificates and things. It's a real do, believe me.
Yep, Arthur was so pleased anyone would have thought he was getting married. Well, me and the girlfriend, we'd fixed our wedding for a week's time. Funny, I can remember wondering whether Arthur had ever used his first aid. As for me, I thought I'd taken care of everything. And then... Mary. Arthur! Arthur!